In these difficult times, America needs a leader they can count on. And that leader is Pope Bob Iger. A Pope Bob Iger presidency means lower taxes, better schools, and Disney Plus for all Americans. He's already in the Vatican. Now, put him in the White House.
Hello, I am Pope Bob Iger. Not only do I want to be Pope, but I want to be your president. Vote for me or the Twitterati will cancel you and everyone you know.
When you cast your vote, vote for the one man who will make America the happiest place on earth. Pope Bob Iger.
I have Baby Yoda's vote. What about yours? I am Pope Bob Iger, and I am approving of this message.
Captain's log, stardate 33-647.47. We've been orbiting a Class M gravitational anomaly for days. The Enterprise is crippled. We cannot go to warp because the parking brake is on. The straits have never been more dire. Pike exits the turbolift and sits down on the bridge. We will not fire our phasers because this is Starfleet. We do not leave people or aliens behind us, especially mushrooms. The crew falls in love with Pike. Pike does not notice that the crew has fallen in love with him. Here at Starfleet, we believe in compassion, service, sacrifice. Maybe God and science too. I believe in love. I am in love with a horse. Number 1 kicks his butt. Pike is confused and ethical. Back at the Academy, I Bixar Darks Zimdlif Dugubuk Piverful Bleak. The Universal Translator has malfunctioned.
Zirkvin Dobeep Jeglurg Zoop.
Brugdoffel kämpft Gleben Jirpop. The turbolift enters and the chief medical officer enters. Where is the captain of the space vehicle Enterprise? Pike is suddenly kidnapped by aliens. Now streaming on Disney Plus. Watch as the most badass bounty hunter in the galaxy has been recast in his own series by the Mandalorian. I thought I was watching the Boba Fett show. What am I watching? See him hang out on the Ringworld from Halo. Watch him reenact fanfic when he goes nuts in a meatpacking plant with a lightsaber. Go through airport security.
I'm sorry, sir. You can't board a commercial flight with your weapons.
Be annoyed on a long-distance flight.
Ready to have your mind blown?
And buy a used starfighter from Amy Sedaris.
This is a pile of junk.
And then see him get pulled over by the space police.
Was I doing something wrong, officer?
Tamir Morrison. Pedro Pascal stars in this episode of The Mando Book of Boba Fett-lorian? All that, and we don't even get to see Baby Yoda. You know what? This show. Seriously.
Coming up on the CW, it's prom night, and love is in the air.
Until it's time to throw down!
Sam and Miguel share a tender moment.
But look who's crashing the party!
Watch as young couples share a romantic dance.
And fight! And dance fight!
Be sure to watch an extra special episode
of Kung Fu High Prom Night!
All right, it's enough of that. Hey, everybody. I'm just in the morning. WNBC, 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 WNBC. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, buckaroos? What's going on, everybody? Let's check in with Agent Orange Cat if the camera's working. How's my buddy Agent Orange Cat doing? There he is. Agent Orange Cat sleeping in his natural state. Sleeping. It's Agent Orange Cat Cam. Doesn't he look so cute? Just all asleep. He's dreaming now. Kill the squirrel. Kill the squirrel. Kill the squirrel. Okay, we'll check you back with you later. So I had a very interesting day yesterday. Before we start, as you know, there is a multi-state lottery game called Powerball, and I had to drive out to somewhere about 30 minutes to buy tickets, which found us in a place called Primm, Nevada. Now, there's casinos all over the place, but there were 3 of them out here. There's one called Buffalo Bills, which is closed. There is one called Whiskey Pete's. Now, I've just found out just the casino is open at Whiskey Pete's. And there's one called Primm Valley Resort. Now, I have some video to share with you of this because this is too surreal. Now, Primm Valley Resort, it is a bit of a rundown casino. And you go on the elevator. The air is stagnant. There's cobwebs. Yes, you're correct. I'm getting to that part. The air is stagnant. There's cobwebs. There's cars in the parking lot, which gives it the look of having more activity. But you can say that the place has seen better days. So you walk through there, and you go through there, and what you see is, can I see? Okay, I got to bring this up actually on the media player first before I do anything. Let's see if VLC will support that. Now, what you see is, now this is interesting to say the least. Now, this is interesting. They have on display, you walk through the casino, and they have on display the car that the notorious criminals Bonnie and Clyde were shot to death in. And I found out that was actually used to be across the way at Whiskey Pete's, and they moved it over to Primm, the Primm Resort. Okay, and we're going to bring that up to share with you. Hopefully you could you all see this. Are you seeing this? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Well, you were seeing it. Let me see. Okay, so do I have 2 instances open of VLC? Okay, I have two VLCs open. Okay, so there is the presentation of the Bonnie and Clyde, the display. Clyde Barrow. There's pictures of them. Bonnie Parker. There they are. Happier days. Okay, we're going to go forward a little bit through this. There's the shirt he was shot in. You can kind of see, hold on, there's a little, but okay, you can see now there's a presentation here that's playing on a loop. Now, there is the casino. The casino, I don't want to say it's abandoned. There's people there, but it looks like they're ghosts. Okay. They look like they're ghosts. Pardon me. Now, if I do anything, then okay. Can you see that, guys? That's the shirt Clyde Barrow was shot in. Now, there's the car. And there's the timeline of events. Okay. You kind of have to let it play. And okay, there's the car. There's they have statues of Bonnie and Clyde. The Bonnie and Clyde car. Basketball legend Walt Frazier took the name Clyde because he always wore the fedora hats. And someone said, "You look like Clyde Barrow." The car's all shot up, obviously. There's Dutch. I can't remember what the name of the gangster is, but take a look in the background, okay? Now take a look in the background. That over in the background, you can't see it. There is a comedy club called, oh, darn it, there it goes. There's a comedy club called Bonkers. That comedy club is closed, and it is used as storage. Okay, you know what was screwing up was the other secure window. Some sites it opens a secure window. Notorious gangster. What was that? Dutch Schultz. This is 1931 Lincoln. It was also shot to death. But we have more footage here. I have more footage here now. This is obviously not the end of it. So we go. If you walk past the Bonnie and Clyde Museum, Bonnie and Clyde presentation, you will get to a shopping mall. You'll get to a shopping mall that is absolutely surreal. There I am. There's Dutch Schultz's car. As you can see, there's not a lot of activity here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a penny squisher there. Okay. Okay, so the penny squisher does work. Yeah, Zoltar's looking. So look, there's an entrance to the mall. The entrance to the mall is down here. Now there's a whole story behind this mall. Okay, so like I said, the comedy club is okay. So this is inside the comedy club. The comedy club is being used as storage now. Don't worry, boys. Spoils unless go Hawks. Rob Pearson, happy National Comic Book Day. Hope everyone's well. Yeah, everyone is well. There's no penny squishers. Okay, so there's signs here. Now, the signs are misleading. It makes it seem like there's more activity than there actually is. So So, like I said, so there, but there's not a soul that we had. I don't think we'd seen another person in this part of the casino in at least 20 minutes. So yeah, so there is Bonnie and they sadly, yeah. The Bonnie and Clyde stuff is actually very interesting. The Bonnie and Clyde. So yeah. So okay, so there's the whole thing. License plate. So here we go. We're entering the empty casino. Now, obviously, this will be a whole video on one of Mecca's channels later. This is actually about 22 minutes. I'll spare you a lot of details. But as you can see, look, there's a guy walking here. There's a person with two children. I mean, look, everything is just abandoned. All the machines still work. All the vending machines are stocked. They're working, but everything is closed. Okay. So yeah, this is like one of those abandoned urban explorers things. So yeah, there's this old picture. There's a Vegas souvenir store with pictures of hotels that haven't been in there in years. Yeah, it's a ghost mall. The abandoned mall. Well, yeah, you really can't get it, but there is a creepy sense of like I said, that you can hear activity, but you can't see anybody. There's nobody around. It's okay. So like I said, so yeah, so there's hotels on there that haven't been in there in years. Okay, so there's a Levi outlet store. We're gonna skip ahead a little bit. There's a claw machine full of gift cards. Yeah, I would say if we dared, I was afraid if we actually went into one of those stores, the person behind the counter was like, "I can't leave, man. I can't leave. I can't leave. I'm stuck here, man. Do something. You gotta help me." It's like it's some sort of ironic kind of like retail like purgatory. So, like I said, when you get down to this end, that's when it starts to get really creepy because this end is completely abandoned. There's no water in any of the fountains. There's these two huge statues of people in swimsuits for no reason. Well, at least you have the place to yourself. Where's the Scooby Doo ghost? I don't know. Like the ghost of the haunted mall. So okay, and the kid rides just start talking. See, they blink and they just start talking. A photo booth that nobody's probably used in years. Okay, now there's the empty food court. So it seems like okay, yeah, like I said, everything is fully. The machines are stocked, machines are working. It's just there's nobody around. Yeah, there's a leak, and there's a leaky pipe. Okay, so thankfully we were able to get out of there. Yeah. So okay, so that is that story, but it's we had I did a little poking as much. It turns out there's a channel called Not Leaving Las Vegas. He's got a good channel. He did a documentary about it. The mall, the Prim Valley Mall, was bought by was actually going to fall on hard times. It was bought by a guy named Carl Icahn, who is notoriously a greedy SOB, and he sold the mall for shorted the mall. He sold it for $400,000. Bought it for like 150, like I can't remember, like maybe like 400 million, whatever it was, or whatever what the price was. He sold it for $400,000 and then bet on it to fail, and made out like a bandit. And ever since then, the mall has been pretty much abandoned. The mall has been it's the new owners are trying to paint it, and they painted murals on it, turn it into a work of art, which they do in a lot of places like that, sort of distract you from how deserted it is. And they painted, they made it into sort of a walking art museum, art exhibit. But the place is just it's a ghost town. And I said I was afraid if I was going to talk to one of the gamblers at the casino, they would say, "I've been here since 1987, man. I can't find a way out. I can't find the exit." It kind of, yeah, it must cost them a fortune in electricity. Fortunately, it doesn't cost them anything in heat because it's warm. Yeah, 90s mall, lost in time. Yeah, pretty much. You know, like I said, it's strange. It really is strange. It really is very strange. Actually, from what I've been told, this mall appeared in the game Fallout. Um, the casino is in desperate need of renovation. If it seems like this is a place in its last days. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it was going to be shut down at some point, but it's strange. I'm like, Mecca was talking about going back there at night, which would make it even more creepy. I'm searching now. Prim Valley Mall closing down. Let me see if there's any news. Las Vegas Mall became nearly worthless in 6 months. Review Journal, once filled with tenants, largely empty. Is it going to be closed? The Prism Outlet, they renamed the prison outlets. Like I said, there's only a handful of people working there. Mall appraised $125 million a decade ago, was sold for just $400,000 according to the complaint. Yeah, so they've had significant deferred maintenance. They've been putting off fixing anything. So it was a very kind of who knows what it's going to do. Roman Toscano, who operates kiosks, Prism Outlet, said he's been working there for 20 years and indicated the mall used to have more business. Now it's quiet every day. Toscano said, noting that this for sure is his last year at the mall. So, like I said, who knows what's gonna happen to it? So, but it's a pretty interesting story. And like I said, it's not closed yet. I mean, so who knows what's gonna happen to it? All right. So anyway, so the Prim Valley Mall. Don't eat at the yellow orange Mexican restaurants outside. It's awful. It used to be a gyro place. Urban Explorers. Yeah, yeah. Hobos sleeping on the bench. So okay, so that's the story of the Prim Mall. Like I said, it's who knows what's going to be happening there. But let's get on to some other news. Aaron Judge has still not hit his 61st home run. Albert Pujols hit his 700 for those sports fans. What can you say? There's news. Frosty Karen got fired. First of all, listen. Who didn't see this coming? The Frosty Karen? Really, who didn't see this coming? She was a liability. She shot her mouth off. They enabled her tirade, and it came, and they said, "Oh yeah, yeah, let's this is a good idea. Let's go with this." And it came back and bit them on the ass. So whoever thought that was a good idea was bad. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is correct. Yeah. There are electric car chargers put into the parking lot in the Prim Mall parking lot, which is kind of strange. If it were going to be completely closed down, then they would have probably wouldn't have done that. But the fact that there's electric car chargers tells me that they have to have some sort of plan for the place. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't people agree that there's if you're putting electric car chargers in a place like this, that at the very least you're counting on the drive-through traffic to show you that there's electric car charger there, or there's got to be some kind of plan for it. Let me check my mic level here. My mic got lowered to 76. Son of a biscuit. Did she burn like any Barney Rubble? I don't think so. Abandoned Mall Fight Club, yeah. What sucks is when the safe mall closes and the one with the shootings and fights stays open, yeah. All right, so like I said, the Frosty Karen out on her ass. She'll be fine. Don't worry about her. Not that, and you would. And on to more news. Oh my God, Lord of the Rings of Power keeps getting worse. I don't know how. I really don't understand how it just keeps getting worse. Just when you think there's a new low, it's just like everything else is new. They can't find a bottom to this thing. They really can't. They cannot find a bottom. And it's become a joke, really. The Harfoots, well, they can't use the Hobbits because they don't have the rights. At least that's my understanding. They don't have the rights. Yeah, boat wankers. The boat wankers. She freaking Galadriel shows up. She starts telling everybody what to do. And whoa, there's why should we listen to you? There's a tempest in me. I'm like, I didn't ask, lady. She starts telling everybody what to do, and she just bullies her way. She runs roughshod into getting them to go off on this thing, on this thing, and then the ships blow up, and the boat wankers. She shows up all the boat wankers. Well, there's a women's prison 10 miles north of Prim on I-15. Hoping Mecca never visits there. Oh. Let's see how I can piss her off. So anyway, yeah, the Harfoots, the not hobbits there. They're very proud, nobody leaves the trail, nobody walks alone, and leave no one behind, except for you and you. These bastards were going to take the wheels off the cart of their friends and just leave them to the wolves. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. Did I hear that right? Yeah, they did. They said that. Homeless Superman is discovering himself. I'm aghast at how bad this is. It's really mind-boggling how bad this is. Nothing makes sense. It looks like it's edited out of order. Non-binary Sauron, I think, showed up. And the black elf guy gets let go by this Adar guy, Adar O'Reilly. What the hell? Like, what's going on? I'm not a Tolkien scholar. I'm not sure what a Tolkien scholar is. But even I know that this doesn't make a lick of sense. It's sloppily written. It's sloppily made. They just threw a whole bunch of money at the screen. It's astounding. It's astounding at how bad it is. And the thing is, they can't hide it anymore. They really can't. They can't hide. They can't bully people into liking this because of racism. They can't say, "Oh, well, you hate it because you hate diversity." They can't say, "Oh, you don't like." You just admit you're no. You can't do it. You can't. It's not working anymore. Have we finally reached the breaking point with this kind of stuff? If someone were to adapt J.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings trilogy in the same manner as Amazon is adapting the appendices, that version would go something like this. Rather than opening on the Shire and Bilbo's party and a visit from Gandalf, and rather than tell you the tale of Frodo and his companions' fraught departure from their homeland, we would instead be introduced to 4 separate stories in the opening half hour. In story number 1, a fierce hobbit baker woman would encounter an orc and smack it to death with a rolling pin. Then she gathered the rest of the Shire to make for a ruined hobbit castle, where she'd rally the hobbits to war against the nearby ditch-digging orcs led by an evil hobbit with a striking resemblance to Lucius Malfoy. I don't know who that is. In story 2, Aragorn and a crack team from Gondor of Gondor Rangers, go Gondor Rangers, would head for Mordor, where they'd soon be captured, but Aragorn would be set free to take a message back to his people. Submit to Sauron or face extinction. Sauron is building a realm where evil will not merely survive, but prosper after all. But Sauron would allow Aragorn to keep his weapons and armor. In story 3, Galadriel would set out from Lothlorien, bedecked in full plate armor, as elves do, and head to Rohan, where she'd make quick work of Wormtongue and rally the riders of Rohan to war. She would be sure to show the warriors of Rohan how to sword fight while she was at it, and impress everyone with both her fighting skills and her people skills. Oh my God, she's a total bitch. She's a total bitch. It's amazing. In story 4, Elrond would send Legolas to the Lonely Mountain and enlist the aid of the dwarves, but in reality, he'd have a secret plan even Legolas wasn't aware of to trick the dwarves into giving them some precious jewels that would act as like an EMP grenade against Nazguls or something. Even these stories would be filled with mystery boxes. That's the other thing. Everything's a mystery box. Everything is a freaking mystery box. Everything is a mystery box. Each of these stories is filled with mystery boxes. They are going to find a mysterious crown that wasn't actually a crown. What is it actually? The Hobbit Baker lady would encounter a mysterious stranger who may or may not be a good guy, but is almost certainly a guy, maybe. Whatever soon, the hobbits will be at war. That's the important thing. War. I know I'm not the king you had in mind, but dear hobbits, but you will stand by me and fight. The beggar hobbit would inexplicably ask her unwarlike people who have no reason to follow her. Pardon me. From there, and rather than establish an adventure or a fellowship of adventures, the adaptation would double down on these branching storylines, making each as big and as epic as possible from the get-go. So that rather than bother to craft an interesting or compelling characters or stories, it becomes narrative arms race, constantly upping the ante. Galadriel's adventure would take her first to the ocean for a long swim, then to the jungles of the even further Southlands. That's the other thing too. They open up a map with like flash travel too. It's stupid. It's so stupid. Where she would deliver, then to the North Pole, where she would scornfully refuse advice from Santa Claus, who turns out to be a servant of Sauron and has enslaved worker elves in his diabolical factories. Finally, she makes it to Rohan with her new friend Balrond, the king, the even further Southlands. We soon discover as roguish a rogue who may or may not be the good guy or bad guy, but is definitely a guy. In Rohan, we get lots of examples of what incompetent simps the Rohirrim are. Eowyn and Eomer would argue constantly. Eomer and his best friends would have an ongoing dispute because he tried to get kicked out of the Rohan cavalry. Oh, that's another thing. Is Isildur's trying to get kicked off the boat a-holes? Really? Isildur's an important character here. Well, it all comes from the school of Jar Jar Abrams' writing style. Mystery boxes galore. Remember Lost. Funny you should say that. The two a-holes, Patrick Nkay and J.D. Payne, who do you think recommended them for this job? It was Jughead Abrams. Where am I? Okay. Rohan Chivalry Brigade, Cavalry, Brown Brigade. The planes are always right. And accidentally got his buddy kicked out too for reasons. Eomer is a total loser in this version, by the way, and everyone hates and abuses him. His friend actually is Boromir in this version too, because why not? They argue a lot. Gosh, do they argue? But Boromir is able to get a nick on Galadriel in their ballet sword fight, so now he's a general and can abuse his friend even more. How long is this article? It's pretty long. So anyway, you get the idea. It's incompetently written. This is incompetent. They can't hide it, and it's rightfully so that they can't hide it. This is actually a good set. This is incompetence on display, on full display. It's astounding when they saw this, they submitted a script. They said, "Yeah, let's go with it." And like I said, you can't defend this on the grounds of diversity anymore. And that's probably the best part of this. You can't defend it for being diverse. You certainly can't defend it for being good. It's indefensible. We've gotten to the point where this is indefensible, which is a good thing because it had to come to this. It had to. Okay, so Lord, it's only going to get worse from here on out. I really don't think it's going to get any better. They're building her up so much that it's not going to make sense when she's not the one who ultimately saves the world. Isildur saves the world. I mean, he saves the world by cutting the ring off of Sauron's finger. Watch, he's the one that gave her the sword. They're gonna Mike. She's their Mikey Spock. She's their Mikey Spock. She is definitely their Mikey Spock. Now, okay. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about She-Hulk. She-Hulk is so bad. That the plot with Mystery Immortal and it's just terrible. It is terrible. Yeah, it's almost as if they don't know how to write. And we have some numbers here, actually. The Direct actually published numbers here for She-Hulk as far as streaming services go. Now, as we can see, you have 1.2 billion people watching Echoes on Stranger Things, Sandman, Only Murders in the Building, Lock and Key, Untold, Virgin River, Never Have I Ever. Oh, look, there's She-Hulk. Oh, look. Oh, down the bottom. Tuning in, attention acquired, House ranking, House of Dragons plays third, 7 for the game watchers. Nielsen's most watched series acquired can be seen below. Oh, look, I don't see She-Hulk. Oh, that's just Netflix is saying Nielsen's most watched series. But the whole idea. Listen, this whole thing about She-Hulk. Just when you think it can't get any worse, it does. And they did this whole thing where Titania shows up at her friend from high school's wedding, and she's in a frumpy dress. And she gives him the friend's as a neurotic. She gives him the incontinent little dog as her quote unquote date. You know, we knew that there was gonna be something about high school because the women writing it are developmentally arrested. So Titania shows up. Oh, it turns out, she's dating the guy who's best friends with the fiance. Apart from the fact that makes no sense. Apart from the fact that it is a lazy, contrived plot point. What are the chances in Los Angeles, a city of 8.5 million people, that Titania would be able to find the one guy who was the fiance of the girl that Jennifer Walters went to high school with? You have a better chance of an asteroid hitting the Earth. And right now, this is driving me to drink. I swear to God, it's going to drive me to drink. I need something. I need something to drink here. Hold on, I'll be right back. That's how bad this is. That's really how bad this is. I can't tell. I got a good deal on hoo-ha-has. So I know we're seeing there, but Agent Orange Cat just woke up. Agent Orange Cat just woke up. He has a sneeze. My buddy just woke up here. My co-pilot. There's always convenient, yeah. But it gets to the point though of ridiculousness though. Agent Orange Cat just sneezed. So, like I said, we're gonna indulge in a little libation here. I have. I don't know if you can see that. Canadian beer, Moosehead Lager. From the wilds of Canada. 21 and older, people, drink responsibly. So. But, this whole reductive kind of storytelling, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It really doesn't. And it shows you. And they teased Daredevil last week. You teased Daredevil. You didn't give us Daredevil. You're holding out to the last episode. Dana Schwartz and company probably said, "Do we have to put a superhero, in this?" That's what they probably said. That's what they probably said. Liquor eases the pain. Oh my god. Oh, it's Zabu. Zabu Mofu. Zabu, what are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? You want to be on camera? He's probably looking for FOOD. Zabu, what are you doing, buddy? See, here he comes. He did that by himself. He's wondering if this is something to eat. Did they humiliate Daredevil as much as they did the Hulk? No, they haven't. We haven't gotten to Daredevil yet. Because the whole thing about Matt Murdock is, like I said, oh, I have it so rough. You know how hard it is to be a woman. You know how hard it is. You know how hard I get catcalled. Yeah, my dad got killed for not throwing a fight, and I lost my vision when I saved a man by jumping in front of a truck that was carrying toxic waste, which splashed me in the eyes. So I don't want to hear it, lady. There he goes. There he goes. See, here I have. See, I also have Zabu's conscience.
Zabu, this is your conscience. You don't want any more Cheetos.
Okay, he's gone. He wants to take his leave. So, okay, so there's Zabu Cam. Dimson's the most elusive cat I've ever seen. We've never seen her. Yeah, she doesn't like being on. She's very out there. But like I said, the cracks in all of this is starting to show. You could only get away with this for so long. But like I said, the cracks are showing. They have no idea what they're doing. They really don't. Everything's incompetent, really written by incompetent people. So, yeah, they'll probably humiliate him somehow. I guess I just don't understand. I just don't understand how they write this and say, okay, good enough. I really don't. Yeah, and it's just bizarre. It really is. So okay, so we have another title. Pope Bob Iger has been named honorary knight. Actually, this I just learned. So Pope Bob Iger not only is Pope, he's also, you have to call him Sir. John Williams, Bob Iger, awarded honorary knighthood by the late Queen Elizabeth II. The honors make the composer, former Disney CEO, respectively, among the last people to receive the honor from the late ruler. Former Disney CEO Bob Iger, that's Pope Iger to you, His Holiness, and Star Wars composer John Williams are the latest Hollywood industry members to receive an honorary knighthood. The honor grants both entertainment titans with the title KBE, Knight of the British Empire, which is more formally known as Knight Commander of the Civil Division of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, bestowed upon them by Queen Elizabeth II, who died September 7th at the age of 96. Iger and Williams are just among two of the larger 2002 class approved by honorary British awards. Iger received this honor as part of contributions to U.S.K. relations, which is remembered by the Queen and her extraordinary life and service in a statement. I have to read as Pope Bob Iger. Just a moment. I have to read as Pope Bob Iger. It is truly one of the great honors of my life to have the honorary Knight of the British Empire conferred upon me by her before she passed away. He continued, our two nations share a strong bond,
which I have seen up close over many years through my deep personal and professional connections to the United Kingdom. I have great affection for the people of the UK and have always appreciated and been inspired by their extraordinary contributions, particularly in the creative arts. Williams was honored separately for his services to film music. The KBE honor is typically given to non-British Britons who have made important contributions to the relations between Britain and their own country. Iger led the Walt Disney Company for 15 years between 2005 and 2020, serving as the chief executive officer as well as the chairman of the board and executive chairman. Williams, a legendary award-winning composer and conductor, has frequently collaborated with Steven Spielberg and worked on a number of iconic Hollywood scores beyond Star Wars, including Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, and Indiana Jones. The honor makes Iger and Williams among the last people to receive the honor from the late Queen. That's right, buddy. Previous recent recipients included Bono, boo, Ralph Lauren, and Rod Stewart. Why is Bono getting any awards? Bono's a stiff. He's an absolute stiff. Yeah. I'm actually not sure. Not Kamala says, can you sir? Probably wrong though. Glory to Bob the highest. That is right. I am so glorious, aren't I? Bask in my gloriousness. Bask in my gloriousness. Where's my knighthood? Where's my knighthood? Where? I want to know. Where? It's sexism. You're all toxic. You're all just toxic men. His Excellency, President for Life, Field Marshal. Yes, he's got more titles than Jerry. You got in particular? Who's that guy? Domino's Nabisco, Steve Botham. Okay, we're coming up on 52 minutes of the hour. What did I promise in this live stream? I don't even remember. I don't remember. We're gonna go over some. Let's do some week 3 scores. We could do before we get some animal news. We could do week 3. Week 3 of 18. You know why? Because it's my show. I get to do it because it's my show. I get to do it. Is it your show? No, it's not your show. It's my show. Ha ha. I can do scores if I want to. No one's gonna stop me. And I can drink a beer while doing it. That's why. That's right. I can drink a beer and get to do scores. You know why? It's my show. But more importantly, it's your show. It's all your show, people. Okay, week 3 NFL scores. We got the Browns over the Steelers, 29-17. Bills over the Dolphins. Dolphins over the Bills, rather. Bengals over the Jets. Titans over the Raiders today, 24-22. Panthers beating the Saints. Patriots getting beaten by the Ravens. Lions over the Vikings. Lions losing to the Vikings. Eagles over the Washington collective of people engaging in football-like activities. That's what they're going to be called from now on. Chiefs losing to the Colts. The Bears winning over the Texans. Jaguars beating up on the Chargers late in the fourth quarter with 1:54 to go, 31-10. Rams over the Cardinals, 20-9 in the fourth quarter with 8:22 to go. Packers up over the Buccaneers, 14-6, 5:20 to go. The Falcons, they're delayed? Falcons over the Seahawks, delayed? What's causing the delay? Why is this delayed? I've only ever seen a football game delayed once. That was because of a thunderstorm. Okay, I'm going to have to find out why is that. The late game tonight is the 49ers versus the Broncos at 5:20, 8:20 Eastern time. And tomorrow night, my New York Football Giants will take on the Dallas Cowgirls from MetLife Stadium. Starts at 8:15. Tune in. Be there. Be square. Go Giants. Go Big Blue. So that is your scores. The Thursday night game will be the Dolphins and the Bengals. So that is your scores. Okay. Week 3 of the NFL. National Football League.
Monday nights, my pick. My Cowboys over the Giants. No judgment. I guess any of those hate the Cowboys. Well, I used to have to see them beat up on the Giants when I was a kid. So, yes, Detroit is always lousy. Has been lousy ever since I can remember. Have I ever watched Australian rules football? Yes, I do find Australian rules football very entertaining. Actually, I love that. I love the refs wear white hats and a white coat. I mean, that's I know that's stupid, but the Australian rules football I find very entertaining. Don't forget, if you ever need animal news, there's that YouTube. Yes. I'm gonna have to subscribe to that. Get notifications for that sucker. Let's see what we got brewing for the animal news. The Wild Kingdom. See, people ask me why do you go an hour? I said because I don't want to take up too much people's time. I'd rather keep a nice tight show, an hour, maybe 90 minutes at the most. Oh my God. So, okay. 32 pilot whales rescued. Okay. Rescue efforts 2. Okay. Pilot whales. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Well, okay. We did the story about the chimpanzee, but this is a little bit different story. Yes, my streams are always fun and awesome. I try to keep it entertaining. See, it's a show. It's a show. I look at this as entertainment. I'm putting on a show for everyone. Yes, I'm being informative, but I want to be entertaining. But pardon me. See? Okay, we're going to do some animal news. Sort of brighten your day a little bit. It's nice to have someone doing shorter streams. Some go on way too long. Yeah, you know what? Listen, the whole thing, if you want to do a 4-hour stream, okay, that's fine. You can do that. But you know what? I don't want to do that long a stream. I'm not being paid as if I'm on radio. It's not for me. Like I said, it's I'm not spinning records. It's like I said, I don't like imposing that on the audience. I don't want to feel like I'm holding people. Yeah, some people go on for way too long. Mr. MH, make sure you drop the name of the animal channel. I can't remember it. It's the beer talking. But okay, so let's do some animal news. The woman who took raccoon to North Dakota bar is charged. The woman said her family found the raccoon on the side of the road about 3 months ago and named it Rocky. Maddox, North Dakota. A woman who brought a wild raccoon into a North Dakota bar, which prompted state health officials to issue a warning about potential rabies exposure, is facing criminal charges. Aaron Christensen, 38, of Maddox, is charged with a misdemeanor count of providing false information to law enforcement, tampering with physical evidence, and unlawful possession of fur bearers. Christensen was arrested last week after authorities found her and the raccoon by serving several search warrants in and around Maddox. Christensen and her family found the raccoon on the side of the road about 3 months ago and named it Rocky. She said they were nursing the animal back to health with plans to release it back to the wild. It is illegal under North Dakota Board of Animal Health laws to keep a wild raccoon. Authorities euthanized the animal. And tested negative for rabies. That's sad. That's sad. Well, you know what? You can't take a chance, though. That's the problem. They can't take a chance. That's a bummer, though. Let's see what else we got for animal news. Bunny Museum breaks records for one-of-a-kind collection. Queen Elizabeth's corgis. Oh, the corgis, Queen Elizabeth. Who's going to take care of the doggies? Here's what will happen to Queen Elizabeth's corgis. Okay, well, that's a video presentation. The corgis will... Who's going to take care of the Queen's corgis? Let's find out. Who will take care of the queen's corgis? Oh, okay. So here's what will happen to the queen's doggies. There was a nice story actually about the queen. You know, she was greeting somebody in the receiving line, and the guy didn't want to be there. The guy was obviously he was sad about something. He was not feeling well about something, and so she opens up a tin and sits with this, and she says to this young man, "Sit, sit, sit," and she sits next to this young man, and she reaches for a tin, and she opens up the tin. And she has biscuits for the dog treats, and they start feeding the dog treats to the corgis. And after about 15 or 20 minutes, she says, "See, isn't this much better than having to do this boring thing?" Like, yeah. So that was a nice story. Okay, the queen's beloved pets. Queen Elizabeth had many iconic accessories: silks, headscarves, handbags, or pastel twin sets. They name a few, but perhaps nothing was more synonymous with her than beloved corgis. They starred alongside her in the famous film 2012 London Olympics ceremony as she walked along corridors Buckingham Palace with James Bond and actor Daniel Craig. And they even got cheeky nod in the 1989 film Scandal. The Queen was said to be concerned about the fate of her corgis after her death, as her family were not fond of them as she was. And while the nation mourns for the Queen, many are asking what will happen to them now. The Queen's love for this particular breed of dog is lifelong and began with her father, George VI, who brought one home to his family in 1933. So there's a very young Queen. When she was 18, she received one as a gift and called it Susan. And from then on, her brood of pets grew, helping her to greet palace guests and fill any awkward silences. Altogether, she had 30 during her reign. The Queen even crossbred corgis with dachshunds to make so-called dorgies, one of whom, called Muick, outlived her. In 2018, the Queen was said there would be no more corgis for her, as she was concerned of what would happen to them after she was gone. It's said, however, in 2021, she received 2 dogs, a corgi and a dorgie, as a gift on what would have been her husband, Duke of Edinburgh's birthday. It is now reported that the care of the remaining dogs will fall to Prince Andrew and his ex-wife, Sarah Ferguson, also known as Fergie. Prince Andrew, whose legal battles, alleged sex crimes, have been well documented in the last few years. Well, listen, listen, I doubt they were going to have to do anything. I really doubt they're going to do this. They'll have someone take care of it for him. Feed the pups, will you? Yeah, they got to downgrade, but I imagine he'll serve for a few years, then he'll abdicate, and the oldest son will become king at some point. By that time, he's 45. So I imagine that'll be the case. Okay. Oh, We Love Animals. Okay, let me go to We Love Animals. I'll bookmark that right now. I'll subscribe. We Love Animals. We Love Animals. Okay, We Love Animals. Okay, we'll subscribe right now. And we're subscribed. Okay, very good. They love running kennels at Windsor Castle like they can't afford. Yeah. Hey, Shish Rebels, how you doing? Hey, everybody. Okay, that is all the news. What's fit to eat, or fit to print, or whatever. Everyone, I'd like to thank everyone for joining me on this blessed Sunday. Because without you, I'm just talking to myself. So everyone, please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. You have all different ways to spend your time, and I'm glad you spend an hour with me every week or every few days. Who knows? Maybe I'll be back playing a game tonight. I don't know. You never know. I played Goat Simulator last night. That was actually a lot of fun. So keep your eye out for that. Mecca is actually going to be doing a stream soon. Hopefully we'll see that. Everyone, have a good rest of your Sunday. Have a good week. Have a good day tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. No drinking, no driving. And remember, keep your head in the clouds, a song in your heart, and a bag full of Cheetos in your car, just in case you get hungry on the way home. So everybody, that concludes this episode of N.A.P.S. And we will catch you next time.